favor. I had no doubt about that. I'd seen Beckett do worse things in the 2 years of living a door away from him. I'd watched him lead a girl on until she fell in love with him, only to pretend he'd barely ever met her. I'd seen him spend more time preparing a cheat sheet for Introduction to Mass Communication our first year than actually studying. To plead with his famous winger uncle to boost his own career was something I would never put past Beckett Partridge. That smug prick! I reached the team house before anyone else, barged into it, stomped my way up the stairs, and slammed the door of my room closed so that the foundations of the old neo-colonial house trembled. The room was bare, save for a few things of my own, and the beanbag Riley had left behind when Cameron protested the idea of taking it. "I've got my beanbag right here," Riley had said, poking Cameron in the ribs with his elbow. I threw my duffel on the floor and nosedived into my bed. The knock that pulled me out of the den of darkness where my mind had been cowering was meek enough that I didn't have the heart to turn whoever it was away. Unless Beckett's punchable face entered the room. In that case, I had a list of creative ways to send him on his way. Many involved ruining his perfect nose or splitting one of his full lips. "What?" I asked. It was the absolute most polite tone I could find in myself. A hinge creaked when Sawyer swaggered into my room. He shut the door behind his back and cocked his head. "Premeditating?" I snorted. "I don't see a shovel in your hands, so why on earth are you here?" Sawyer shrugged and walked over to Riley's bed. Well, it's not anymore. He sat down on the edge, and I sat up so my back rested against the bare wall, feet dangling off my bed. Our star goalie sighed. "I can't help you murder a partridge. They'll raise hell to catch the culprits." "Right. Your life did just get better," I pointed out softly. Sawyer, the chaotic bisexual menace, was settling into an unlikely relationship. His physics tutor, who was also the smartest guy on campus, received some dating lessons from Sawyer and turned out to be a quick learner as well as a talented teacher. The two had been dating for some 4 or 5 months now. "I can't drag you into my plots, but we could have been a fun pair on the run." "I'm getting Thelma and Louise vibes, Caden." Sawyer lifted one eyebrow and leaned back on his elbows. I threw my hands up in surrender. "Fine, we're not killing anyone." Sawyer nodded firmly, as if we'd seriously considered it, and I swore not to pursue that path. "As to why I'm here, I guess I figured you needed some company." I returned his nod. I wasn't sure if I needed the company of solitude. While I'd been alone, I'd hoped to vent to someone. Hell, I'd missed Riley in these 10 or 20 minutes more than I had thought I ever would. My ex-roommate and I had a good relationship with earned mutual respect and similar views on many things, including Beckett's unbearable smirks. "I appreciate it," I said. Perhaps he could have taken me to the nearest punching bag. "For what it's worth, I honestly thought you bagged the captaincy," Sawyer said. "It's not fair." "You can say that again." A sigh left me before I could stop it. I gritted my teeth as another wave of anger, mixed with bruised pride, spiderwebbed through me. We sat in silence because I wasn't going to let myself be a mopey kid crying over something he couldn't change. But damn, I felt like it. 2 years of neglecting everything else in my life got me nothing. 2 years of living with my team, practicing daily, conditioning, bonding, and cutting off every desire that had ever sprung through my chest because I couldn't afford distractions, left me less than I would have had if I had screwed around.